Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Sunday. Yes, we're Sunday evening in the UK here. It's 8:30, okay? And depends on where you are, it might be still the Sunday afternoon, broad daylight, lucky you. Or maybe if you're in New Zealand or Australia, it's already Monday. And so welcome. And for this peaceful Sunday, stitching together, this is the web of my choice. So I have not stitched on this piece for a little while. And the last time I worked on this piece, it was actually on a members live stream there. We had a little bit of a back stitching party, so you can see there's some stuff happening here and still quite a lot to go as far as back stitching goes. And I'm going to do it bit by bit. And yes, so I'm looking forward to it. So this piece is one of my what I call 14 count stitching kit, one of the 4 that I've got. And this piece is called Grandma's Craft Shed. I think the name I had originally was is it Grandmoms? I get confused. A lot of Grandmoms in the titles here with the patterns I'm stitching. So I get a bit confused. But this piece is by an artist called Steve Crisp, I think. And I love his style. And let me show you the markup and you would believe me. Look at this. How do you resist this? So this is one of the most cozy craft room I can imagine, and everything going on there. It's got paint, it's got some ribbons there, and some sweets on a shelf on the far right there as well. And it has a beautiful view to the garden, and with a little fountain water feature there, with a little bird on top actually. You can't see very, very well with this size there. But most of all, I think the big attraction for me is that little cat right in the middle, the little kitten sleeping by the window. I mean, I just could not say no. And also on the outside, there's a little doggy as well. There's a black dog there, and it's such a beautiful, peaceful garden. So this piece, I've been sort of working on, I say on and off for over a year, even though I got a kid maybe a little bit before that, maybe close to 2 years. And it's a stitching kit, so it came with everything I needed, with the fabric, floss, and everything in the chart. And I felt very lucky. I managed to get hold of the digital chart, because originally I was working on the paper version for a little while, struggling a little bit, tried to scan it, turn it into PDF, and mark it with a highlighter. But now I can work on it however I want. I've got a pattern on my saga now. So let me show you my progress up to this point. Okay, so if you look at this pattern, I mean, where would you start? And for me, no question, it has to be a kitty start, okay? So I started from the center. Let me zoom out a little bit. So in terms of the size, I can't remember how many stitches cross and vertical, but it's not as large as Heaven and Earth's regular size. It's a little bit smaller. And also this is 14 counts, so physically it's going to be much larger compared to 25. And I started from the center, page by page, because I was working with restriction of the print format. So, but I dive straight into the kitty, and I think I've been making really good progress here. And this is probably for me the most juicy part of the pattern. And I went straight in, and my plan is, for my mind, once I get to the kitty and all the goodies around the kitty, I can relax a little bit and maybe stitch a little bit of a background or the garden. I'm not going to get bored, because I know that there are a lot of interesting objects I've already worked on. So this pattern, I've been working on it using various methods, and we're going to talk about how I'm going to work on this pattern today, okay, in a little bit. But I want to show you my numbers here. Okay, so currently I'm slightly over 10%, which is not bad at all. And this is not a massive piece. And I think I can make make good progress if I work on it a little bit more frequently, maybe. And but if you look at the numbers at the bottom, where it says floss solid and floss blend, they're basically the number of colors involved for this piece. So 52 solid colors, as in single colors, and 3 blend colors as well, meaning that I'm working on 2 over 1. So 2 strands, they're 2 different colors. So there are 3 sets of those blend colors. And so not too bad, it's nice varieties. And if I remember correctly, I think the sky in the background is supposed, according to the chart, there are 10 stitches. So it's a really well thought out chart. So I am going to start a sprint here right in front of you, okay? I need to remember to do this because at the end of every stream, I like to know how many stitches I have made, and you want to know as well. So this counter is going to capture every single stitch I'm going to make for today's session, okay? So here we go. Let me switch back, and I want to say hello to you, of course. Welcome on this beautiful and peaceful Sunday evening. And we've got Rajal here. Hello. Rajal says hello, everyone, in the chat. Yes, twice. Welcome, Rajal. And Sarah is here as well, and providing us another golden piece of wisdom. And Sarah says, don't seek happiness in others. You will only leave you feeling alone. Finding within yourself, and you'll feel joy even in solitude. Yes, I think the feeling of loneliness is a state of mind rather than a physical situation. You could be all alone and feeling fulfilled, or maybe in the crowd and feeling lonely. So yes, finding that fulfillment and confidence within. Thank you, Sarah. Wonderful quote there. And Anna as well says hello, happy stitching today. Yes, Anna loves Sarah's quote as well. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Anna. And we also have Solar Winds as well. Welcome back. And Chloe, hello. And Clara as well. Let me just tune into my screen here so I can see properly. And Susan Barn is back with us as well. Welcome back, my love. And can't think of a better name is also here. Welcome. And our lovely Suzanne is also here. And Grace Houston as well. And BLT Betty is also in the chat. And Catherine is joining us as well. And Bez says, hello everyone, I thought I was late. First day back in the work club. Oh, that's right, because Bez is from New Zealand. So this is tomorrow, isn't it? For New Zealand and Australia. Our stitching friends there. So we're back to work. I remember Bez yesterday. You said you're just back from holiday and you're straight back to work. What a shock to the system. But this is how it works, New Year and Christmas just went by so quickly. So yes, guys, send Bez our work club emoji with love. Yes, and we're here with you. We'll keep you company. And Susan is also here, and Mandy Moran as well, and Tracy Worthington. Welcome. And Diana Smith is also here. Say hello to everyone. And Sarah, yes, of course, Sarah is flashing the club, work club emoji. Wonderful. And Jackie is also here with us. Welcome. And who else have we got? Laura is here as well. And Peaches And Brittany, yes, Brittany, where have you been yesterday? We didn't see you yesterday on Saturday. And Cheryl as well. Hello, hello. And Hoosie, hello, Apple, isn't there? We haven't haven't seen you for a little while. Yes, I remember the Apple symbol there. And so wonderful to see you. And Serena is also here with us and going to bed in 10 minutes. Oh, how nice for you to say hello. And I know it's all, the whole work situation is back. I mean, I took I have less classes during Christmas and New Year, but I was still working pretty much. So, I haven't felt a shock as much, even though the classes are just jam-packed every day and everybody's coming back to the studio and practice as well. It's wonderful. And Samantha is also here. Hello, Samantha. And Karen Sutherland says, good morning, everyone. Lucky you. And Suzanne says, Yogi, if you look in the calculation icon, it will show the size. Oh, I see. I was wondering because Pattern Keeper, it shows the stitches cross and vertical as well, and I have not been able to find that via Saga as well. So it's hidden in the calculation icon. That's interesting. Why will they do that? Just show everything, right? And Suvi as well. Hello, hello. And Love Drunk is also here. And Rachel as well. And no, you haven't missed anything. And just make sure you turn the notifications to all, because otherwise YouTube is going to selectively notify you rather than every single time, So turn it to all, and hopefully you will get a notification, because sometimes we do extra streams, particularly on Saturdays. And so if you don't get the notification, you might not know it's happening, right? So this piece, I've been working on this piece using various methods and page by page, but this 2 pages, this is actually 2 pages combined. So I've been working on 4 pages. If I show you the app, is probably a little bit more clear. So Saga does not recognize the page border, because it's arbitrary based on the chart creators. But I've been working on sort of, following the page by page borders. So I have worked on the top area consists of 2 pages and a little bit. Okay, and then I come to the bottom and been working on the bottom 2 pages. And at this point, I'm kind of following the page borders based on, the existing borders. But hopefully, once I've completed these 4 pages, then I can, embark on the new journey and stitch it in a different way. But so far, the bottom 2 pages, I've been working on it using a Gemma's method. So if you've been following the channel, you probably have seen me working on it using Gemma's method, and I love it. Okay, but today I'm gonna release a poll. Actually, I want to know how I want to know how well you actually know Yogi. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guess what method I'm going to be stitching today. Okay, hang on. Let me just create a very, very quick poll here for you. Okay, I want to know if my Yogi squad, is everybody's on board with me and knowing what Yogi is going to do today. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guess my stitching method today, and I have 3 choices. Okay, 3 choices. It may be a little bit tricky. I know it's challenging. This is how we start. This is how we roll. Okay, so follow me. I'm gonna release the beast, and you let me know what you think in terms of stitching method. What method am I going to do today? All right, go. Yes, it's a test, and if you've been following the channel, you should know the correct answer. So there you go. Let's have, let's have a look. Yeah, let's have a look. Who? All right, all right. Yes, I know Yogi is quite mysterious and unpredictable, you know? And who knows? Who knows which one I'm going to be doing? I'm going to leave it up there for another maybe 15 seconds, okay? Oh, it's looking good. But who knows? Yes, votes coming in. Go for it. Go for it. All right. And in the meanwhile, this is a 14 count project. So the fabric came with the kit. Okay, so it's 14 count Aida, and the floss I believe is Egyptian cotton. So the texture is a little bit different from the DMC, but they're really nice to stitch for 2 strands and 14 counts as well. I actually do not enjoy 2-strand DMC stitching. For some reason, the threads kind of, you know, they just don't line up very very tidily. So I actually quite like, quite enjoy Egyptian cotton and also CXC as well. Okay, then let's have a look at the pole here. Right, okay. It sounds like everybody's chosen very carefully, okay? So my question was, guess my stitching method today. And my lovely audience here, my Yogi squad. Okay, option 1, color flow, 57%. And option 2, color flow pro, 16%. And then the third option is color flow unlimited, 26%. Amazing. I know. I've got the best audience, I know. And we hang out here every day, so you know me. And the correct answer is, they're all correct. There you go. They're all color flow. You know, if you stitch like a pro, that's what you're doing. You're doing color flow pro. And if you know, and color flow potentially is unlimited. So they're all correct. Round of applause for everyone. Yay! You're all winners, okay? Well done, 40 votes. And I am going to end the poll. You did it. You're champions, all champions. So yes, so there you go. I am going to do color flow, okay? And it makes sense because so far I've been doing Gemma's method, and I just find color flow, which is not fundamentally that different, but it feels like, you know, there's more flexibility and, you know, more room for interpretation. So I quite like it. Yes, you guys are all winners. Wonderful. And what a great start of the session. You know, we start from winning. Yes, love trunk. Nice move, nice move. All right. So I'm going to bring on my view here. Oh, you guys are amazing. Yes. You got it all correctly. So you've been watching carefully, you know, and you have to pay attention and be here on time for the class. So I am going to just follow. So the page border is, you know, for the bottom 2 is around here. So I'm going to just work within that boundary, and the right edge is over here. And within this area, I am going to do my color flow and slowly filling up this area. I've been working on these 2 bottom pages for a little while. So, you know, I like to be able to complete them at some point so I can do the back stitching of the entire area. Susan says, I think color flow is faster than original Gemma's method. You could be right, Susan. Yes, because of the flexibility that the original method, maybe, I wouldn't use the word restricted, but it's more disciplined. Whereas color flow, you can bend the rules a little bit more, okay? So, and it's so fun to do. It's like a little puzzle game. And you have to, constantly look at your patterns and, check the formation of the stitches and stitching accordingly. And you want to win. So, oh, I see the potential victim here already for the first color. So I am going to go for 355. 355. So the floss that came with the kits, I combined them into one single kit. They all the floss are identical and they have the same numbering as DMC, so no problem there. So the first number is 355, and we could have our spooky bingo as well. So no problem there. 355. Here we go. I've got one threaded already. Here we go. So I'm using 26 size needle for double strap stitching. Suvi says, I still haven't got a hang of this. Yes, it takes a little while, to be honest, because I started this method because I've been doing Gemma's method for a little while, and that felt intuitive because I had been doing it for a few years, 2-3 years. And color flow, I've only started very recently, just for a few weeks, but I feel every time I stitch it, stitching in this method, the kind of, better is probably not the word, but it becomes easier because I don't have to stop and think as much. Whereas in the beginning, I was very mindful about what I was doing and maybe made a few moves that I was bending the rules too much, if you know what I mean. But as you're stitching, because everywhere you turn, it's a new situation because you're basically you have to look at the pattern and decide what to do next. So it's not a black and white method, and that makes it really interesting. So you're not bored. It's not stitching by number, you just fill in an area and move on. You have to think about it. And but I think the more you do it, the more sense it makes. And hello, Michelle. Michelle Fuller is here. Hello. And Michelle says, my son won his tennis tournament, first place. Oh, guys, congratulations to Michelle. Amazing. What a star. Yes. That's great news. And Suzanne says, when making a decision on the size of the area, do you just take the triangle to a square, continue like a new page? What do you mean? Do you mean that? So at the moment, I'm trying to fill in the remaining second page. So these are two top pages here, and I think the page border is somewhere along here, and I'm doing the bottom two. So what I'm going to do is I think if I'm disciplined enough, I'll probably come to a hard stop around the page border and complete the pages this way. And then have a fresh start, maybe from a different location, or starting, I don't know, either the same message or maybe different message. I haven't decided. I don't know whether that's your question. So for this area, for the current goal that I'm trying to do is to end clean along the page border here, if that makes sense. Yes, well done, Michelle's son. Yes, I can't play tennis to save my life. We were given lessons before, I remember. But I was just hopeless. It looks cool playing tennis though. All right. There you go. I'm going to work on this area for a little bit. And the next one. And also this pattern isn't as confetti as majority of my Heaven and Earth full coverage. So this one has only got like 55 colors. So in a way, it's a perfect candidate for color flow. And night night, Serena. Have a sweet dream. Suzanne is wondering, so so I think your question is because if you keep working maybe diagonally, this edge is going to get longer and longer. And I think what Gemma does is she works, I think she follows the page border in terms of height, but she keeps going. I can't be sure. I don't think she come to a hard stop on the right edge, if you know what I mean. I think she just keeps working, following the page height, and then just keep going to the right and finish the first strip of the entire piece and then come down to the second strip. I think that's how she does it, because you don't want the the horizontal line to keep extending too far, too long, because you're going to end up with a lot of working threads everywhere, and it's going to take a long time before you get to them, and the thread might start to fray and everything. So I think it's it doesn't matter how big you define it. I think you just find a size, height and width that you feel comfortable with and work within that area. And Apple says, only a couple more weeks till I can stitch again. I'm getting excited and impatient. Why is that then, Apple? Have you got some sort of injury as well? Karen Southland says, my aunt played competitive tennis till she was 80. Wow. Amazing. Yes. I remember watching this video about a ballet teacher. I think she's in her 90s, a Japanese lady. Amazing, just really amazing. She's totally flexible still and really strong. I think if you just keep moving the body, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what age. you can still do it really well. And she still teaches ballet classes, which is really lovely. 498, 498. And quite a lot of gymnasts as well. They can keep going until the 70s, 80s, no problem. Hey, Cassie, welcome. And Lizzie is here as well. Hello. Happy Sunday. Apple says, last month I had comprehensive surgery on my hand and wrist, but every day is healing progress. Such a blessing. Oh, wonderful. And yes, I think we have a couple of stitches having surgeries with the hands and recovering from something. And yes, we keep you company till then. You must be, you must be itching to stitch. And the hand surgery is tricky, isn't it? It takes time to heal. So Apple, I'll be stitching for you. Color flow for you. It's so nice to do a bit of 14 count. I haven't done 14 counts for a little bit, so I really miss it. Solar Wind says, Yogi, did you say you like Egyptian cotton floss better than DMC Egyptian cotton brand? Where do you buy it? I like to try it. Well, I wouldn't say I prefer Egyptian cotton better than DMC, but for two-strand stitching, I do. Two-strand stitching, I prefer DMC, anything that's not DMC, to be honest. I like CXC, I like this, which is Egyptian cotton. The stitches just come out neater. DMC, I find particularly for 14 counts, they come out a little bit shiny. It's just the nature of their thread. And also the strands, they just don't line up very nicely. In terms of brands, I think Suzanne might be a better person to explain that. I think Egyptian cotton is not a brand, is it? It's a type of thread, and you can buy them from different companies. I remember Suzanne mentioned a few. Where am I? I am here. There. And down here. All right, got it. Suzanne says regarding the Egyptian cotton, they're Fairy Floss. I think it's from Fairy something. What's the company name? And Royal Embroidery. Yes, I know quite a few of you are great fans of Royal Embroidery. And is it Rosés? Right. Is it a brand name as well? They're Egyptian cotton. So it's a type of blend that you can get from various brands. Okay. I'm going to park it down here. Suvi, you have to go to sleep as well. Work is getting in the way. And have a beautiful night, a restful sleep. Nighty-night. To Suvi. And Maddie is here as well. Hello. And Maddie's working on Fierce Beauty Mini. Yes, guys, let me know what you're working on. Yes, Solar. Egyptian cotton is a type of thread. CXE is a brand. Yes, I know it's confusing. It's taken me a little bit to get my head around as well. Let me have a look. There and there. Okay. All right, 355, the next color. Suzanne says CXE is a poly blend, and that type is called Echo Cotton. Oh, right. So Echo Cotton is not a brand. It's actually a type of floss. See, I'm learning every day, and I keep forgetting. I think I probably asked the same question for about 20 times since the channel started. I know, eventually I'll learn. And Lizzie have done some Gecko Rouge, have worked on Gecko Rouge and Haid as well. Susan Spooky Crochet, anyone? Yes, anyone is doing crocheting and knitting as well. Yes, Susan needs company. Suzanne says easy is also Egyptian cotton. It's a sort of cotton that these threads are made of. Oh, it's called easy. So our Suzanne is a fabric expert and thread expert. She's a teacher for this type of stuff. All right, I'm going to end this one. Yes, it does feel faster because if I was doing the original method, I'll probably have to stop and park a lot more times. So I can see why Gemma is kind of transitioning to this way of stitching. It makes perfect sense, even though I'm still a great fan of the original method. It's, you know, it's kind of a challenge. Right, let's have a look. I can pick up this one as well, the same color. And I've got a cup of coffee here as well. Oh, I want to take a sip. And Catherine is working on Hate, Sao, the Sun. Oh, that's a beautiful piece, isn't it? I don't think it's not easy to stitch. It's quite challenging because a lot of color blends and it's very subtle. But it's going to be beautiful. It's a genuine piece of artwork. So it's a proper artwork, if you know what I mean. 7.6, 7.44, I can't even say it. 7.46%. That's tremendous. I mean, we're barely 1/3 into January. Amazing. And of course, everything's going to stop by February. And then you are not going to pick it up until September. That's normally how it works. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sure Catherine knows how to pace herself. And Michelle Fuller is working on Traveling Library. Oh, I made a really nice progress yesterday, didn't I? I stitched a beautiful little flower. I love that piece. So pretty. Love Drunk is working on Magic Study Rainbow from Pain Free Craft and first time stitching on 20 counts. It's always an adventure when you stitch on the fabric count you've never done before. And since the channel started, I went from a pretty much 25 count stitcher and to 28. And now I have also have one piece, my Christmas house, the 32 as well. I think it's so great when you're in a group and you see someone else does something and they just look so interesting and it inspires you to do it as well. I think if it was up to me, I'll probably still be stitching 25 counts through and through. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it feels so good though. It feels so different from single strand stitching. And is this streak? I will not attempt to pronounce Lando, okay? You know who you are. I think it's a lady, okay? I presume everybody's lady unless you tell me otherwise. She says, I'm working on Stone Cottage Keep, the Haysar Day 13. 20,000 stitches. Page 1 and 2 completed. That is so fast. So that's 22.69%. So does that mean all the SAL pages, they have the identical number of stitches? Or are they slightly different? Because who was that before? Catherine has got 7.46 and Stry has gone over 22. My goodness. Slow down. Slow down. Wait for everybody, okay? What's the rush? We're in January. Barely. Jackie says I'm working on Fruits of Plenty by the Modern Folk embroidery. I only had 2 colors, so I don't very much have a spooky bingo today. Who knows? You could be doing a 310. 310 and 666. Dun, dun, dun. And will be spooky bingo everywhere. I know the company actually. I remember looking them up a couple of years ago because I saw a beautiful pattern. It's not something that I I was stitched necessarily, but I just thought it was so beautiful. So I looked up the web page, and I think it's designed by a gentleman, isn't it? If I'm correct, remember correctly. I think it was a guy. He came up with all the patterns. Ah, DMC, not easy. Yes, auto correction has, struck again. Six says, at 7.12 on the sun. Yes, Citrate loves that piece, and that's amazing. 7.12. I can imagine that piece is probably quite confetti, but you need that to express, all the details. Suzanne says, I'm 2.65, not rushing it. Not at all. You can just pick it up in September and do it again. You've done it before. You know you can do it again. Solar Wind says, I'm still working on 4 seasons. A Hay chart. I wonder which one that is. Who's the artist for that one? It doesn't really ring a bell. Catherine says, I've been shopping like crazy because I'm stitching one thing. Sort of precarious planning of stitching to planning new things if I get this done. Oh, and also, I have a question. Oh, before that, Alandria, hello. And Chelsea says, I'm working on Hogwarts crest full coverage. Here we go. Yes, I have a question. So I notice quite a lot of you have been stitching so beautiful. Their pattern is a company, they do charts, if you don't know. And I've been browsing their website a little bit, okay. I'm just wondering whether you can share some your thoughts on the smaller pieces versus the max color pieces or larger pieces. Have you done either of them or both, or which one is better? Because from the mock-up, they all look quite nice. Obviously, the smaller version will come out with less details. But I'm just wondering, because I've never, bought any chart from them before. I'd just like to know, if I were to buy charts from them, is mini a good idea, or is it much better to get the full size or max colors? But the max colors over there, the pieces I've seen anyway, they're up to about 150. So they're not as high as Heaven and Earth. Hade is 240. Hey Lona, hello. Oh, this one's getting really short. A little bit tricky to thread. Stry says, I have a lot of time in the winter. I will slow down. Thanks for the sweet comment. Yes, from Belgium. Oh, yes. Welcome. I probably butcher your name anyway. I do my best. I know. That's so fast. Over 20%. And we're only on the 11th of January. All right, over here, 2 stitches. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. Why does it? That doesn't look right. Oh dear. Let's have a little look here. I think. Okay, I'm here, right? And why is it like this? Okay, let me just double check. The lines just don't match, which is odd. Is it? Hang on. Did I do something here? I wonder. It just feels like everything's offset. Did I do something? Because the squares, the gridding just don't line up anymore, which is quite odd. Yeah, look at this. Can you see the difference? Maybe Suzanne can help. I don't know what I've done. It feels like the gridding, they kind of moved a little bit. I haven't done anything to it. All I did was, when I was doing back stitching, I switched to back stitching. I don't remember fiddle with anything. You see what I mean? If I show you this block on the chart, these are at the base, at the bottom of a block, whereas on my fabric it's not. Oh dear. I don't know what I've done. Let's have a look. So I'm just catching up with your comments here. Lona as well. Lona is 7.43 with a Haze Saw. Lona, which one are you doing? I can't remember. And Heather is here as well. Hello, Heather. And Heather's working on Traveling Library. And Travis is here as well. Good to see you, Travis. Is it still snowing where you are? I know Travis was snowed in a couple of weeks ago. And see you later, Sarah. Enjoy the football game. I know nothing about football, so I'm not going to even mention it. And Sola says, Jacek Yerka is the artist for 4 seasons. Wow. So it shows a scene of the same little shacks and garden on four edges. Yes, that sounds lovely. Suzanne says, I thought they looked pretty decent, both versions. So Suzanne, which version are you working on? Because your piece is beautiful. Is that the full size one? And Stry says, my name is Imk? It's a, losing battle for Yogi, It's not helping. How do you even pronounce that? I know it's not you, it's me, isn't it? Yes, I'll do my best, okay? Lona says Yogi full size, max colors or color expansion. Are you referring to So Beautiful? Yes. So can anybody help me what I've done with my chart here? Because the gridding's not matching. I'm pretty sure the gridding on my fabric is correct, but how do I correct it? I wonder. I do not know what I've done. Does that mean I can move? I don't remember moving anything. So, oh, I can move. Hang on. Why is it like that then? I never done anything. I never touched the setting here. If you can see this little overlay here. So I'm trying to get my chart to match what I've got on my fabric. I'm pretty sure this is correct. But I don't know why. Why is it doing this? I have not done anything. Let me just get this correct, because otherwise I can't really stitch properly. So it's -5 for some reason. It must be something that I did in the beginning. But I need to, one way or the other, I need to. So what's happening to the entire chart then? Why is it doing this? One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so odd. It looks like, for whatever reason, my setting was -5 versus Y is the vertical, isn't it? And 5 as well. That is so strange. Have you seen this before? It's like, that's why it was a little bit strange, because the stitches just not lining up. Suzanne says just set to 0 on both of them. I think that's what it was before. But if I do that, they don't match the gridding on my fabric. I'm pretty sure my gridding is according to the chart accordingly. But on the setting, it's actually -5 versus 5. That is so strange. It doesn't matter. I think if I get it to match my fabric, it should be okay. It probably doesn't matter whether it's 0 or not. It's just very strange because I never checked the setting. That was weird. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. I promise. Oh, Suzanne says, I would say if you're going to convert them as in So Beautiful charts, in Paradise, doing on your desktop. Oh, I don't have a desktop version. So I'm going to run into trouble. So does that mean it doesn't convert well via the app? Oh, okay. That's a bit of a warning. Because I was wondering, because it says Pattern Keeper tested. So I just presume that if it works on Pattern Keeper, it should work well with the conversion, but I could be wrong. Okay, I think crisis averted. It's all matching up now. Al Fleming, hello. Good to see you. And Belinda is also here as well. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Six says check your grid, last icon. So that was the one I was looking at, isn't it? Do you mean this one? Rulers, no? Last icon is setting, 6. The ruler icon, yes. I think I managed to jig the chart, the boxes of the chart. It's just quite weird because I haven't touched anything. So I don't know what happened there. I think it's all good now. Lona, which piece you started 4 times? Dear, oh dear. Susan Barnes says, I'm doing 3 max colors from Stitches. So beautiful. Do you like their charts? Because even though the last time I looked, they had a lot of sort of portraits and stuff like that. But today, I actually found a whole bunch of kind of, quite stylized artwork I really like. And very, very colorful as well. But I just don't know which version to get. Okay, so it's pronounced Imco. Imco. All right, I'll do my best. Okay, Imco. I can't promise I'll remember it next time. So you just have to come to Yogi stream more frequently, and then you have to remind me, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Imco. Okay. So everybody remember for me, okay? If I can't remember how to pronounce it, this is how you do it. Yes, it looks correct now. So I just manually move the lines one by one, and for some strange reason, it was set to -5 and 5 for some reason. I never noticed that. Suzanne says it does convert. It converts fine. Just you have to fix the 00 numbers. Ah, well, as long as it sort of displays the chart properly, then it's a lot easier. All right. Which one is it? Those two. There. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Whoops. This one over there. Susan Barnes says, on the Facebook for stitches, so beautiful. There are people doing smalls and they look good. Yes, the chart, I was interested, to be honest. I first saw the mini version and the mock-up looked quite nice. It comes out slightly fuzzy, but I think it kind of worked with the artwork, the art style. And then just out of curiosity, I went to look at the full version as well, and it's a lot sharper, but it comes out slightly differently because I like the mini version in some way because it's softer. It's kind of soft focus, and for that particular piece, it worked really well. But I also like the details of the full coverage as well, not full coverage, the full size as well. So I just can't make up my mind. It's tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do they ever do discount days, sales and stuff? 2, 3, 4. So I'm literally flowing with the colors. Whoops. 498. 498. Jackie says maybe Dolly has having fun with Saga and switch something. I know, it's always Dolly. If in doubt, blame Dolly, okay? Yes. Suzanne says, which pattern did you like? Maybe you could show us. I can't remember the title. I'll try to grab. Hang on. Let me go to the side. Let me grab the screen, and I can show it to you. And you let me know which one looks better. Give me a sec. I've got both in the basket, but I don't know which one to get. So I'm going to just do a screen grab. It's the quickest way. All right. No, not this one. Okay. And I'm gonna grab the full color, the full size as well. Hang on. They kind of come out almost like different peas. The one is so sharp and the other one is kind of quite soft. So they come out like two different pieces. Okay, let me just get it organized here. I'll show you. All right, this one is mini, small, and this one is large, max. All right, I'll see if I can bring it here for you. And let me go for small. It's really interesting because, hang on. Let me just double check. All right. So first of all, I'm going to show you this one, okay? So this is the small. All right, I just grab the screen grab here. And what is the title of this one? Is called Everheart Mosaic. So let me just center to the screen here. And then I'm going to show you the max, okay? And I'll switch back to show, so you can do a comparison. So this is the first one. This is the small. And I'm going to show you the max. It just looks like a different piece. Okay, so this is, let me just do this. All right then. So let me switch back, okay? So this is, it's very pretty, isn't it, Karen? So this is the max, and this looks like a kind of, you know, illustration even, but this is actually the mock-up, because I zoomed in, I can see the stitches. And let me switch back to small. You see the difference? So this one, I came across first, and I thought it's quite pretty. And so I kind of just imagined the soft focus was intentional. I thought it was intentionally this way. And then let me switch back, okay, to high def. You see the difference? Oh, Catherine says the max is way better. And oh, Suzanne says that was one of them that I was trying to decide between. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? What do you think, guys? Let me switch back again, okay? Mini. Yes, now in comparison it does look slightly blurry, but then again, if you never seen this version and just look at this, you probably just assume that it's kind of intended soft focus, you know, kind of slightly fuzzy, quite dreamy. Lona says, I like the details on the max colors. Grace Houston says that the small isn't as vibrant as well. Absolutely, yeah. If you look at that, the definition, it's very different, isn't it? Oh, Susan Barnes says max color for sure. Yes, let me check the stitch number. So the max version is 600 by 555. So that's slightly larger than the regular Heaven and Earth, right? Or around the same. Yes. And Rachel says either one would be nice. And Catherine Scott, she says, I got a different one of the heart pieces. Is that it? Is there another variation of this piece? It's really pretty, isn't it? And also, I've been thinking, it's we've got Valentine's kind of coming up. Even though, I don't want to say this is a Valentine piece, because if I were to stitch it, I want to do it continuously, not just for Valentine season. So, but it's got that theme to it, isn't it? It's so pretty. And I even, I've gone as far as thinking about where I'm going to start on a piece. Where would you start, guys? you know? Yes. So Suzanne says max colors. Majority of you prefers the max colors. It just feels like a different piece. Do you not think this is like a different style? Quite fuzzy, quite soft, which is quite pretty as well. But this one has only got, let me show you. Let me grab the stitch numbers. This is much smaller, much smaller. This one, the small has only got 200 by 185, which is tiny, isn't it? It's like less than 200 on both sides. Suzanne says you start on the sun. The sun start. Rachel says, I see the different softness works well for this chart. I know. Because, when I saw this piece, I thought, oh, that's absolutely beautiful. I was slightly surprised on how small it is. But I thought, well, it's okay. It just come out quite sweet. And then when I saw the max version, I thought it was just a print. It doesn't look like it's a mock-up, right? And then I zoomed in and realized this is actually composed with all the stitches. So it's very, very high depth. So it's got very different feel to it. Very different feel to it. So look at that. Totally different. Yes, Lizzie. So I can show the other one again. So physically, in terms of stitches, it's almost not quite 3 times, not quite triple the larger version. But yeah, you can see all the details. The flowers are so sharp as well. It really depends on how you like it. This is absolutely pretty as well. This is really pretty. This is really pretty as well, but not as vibrant. You're quite right. And yes, so sounds like you guys prefer the max. Majority of them. Anyone will go for small. Wave your hand for me. I just want to see if anybody, anybody at all prefer this one. Nuala says on Etsy, they've got a regular size of Everheart, 400 by 330, 104 colors. Interesting. So this has been charted by someone else as well. So that's kind of in between size, isn't it? Because this one, the large size is, let me have a look again. The large size is 600 by 555, 143 DMC colors. Interesting. So yes, so the large size is much, a lot bigger than the Etsy version. Susan says, how many colors? So this one is got 140, 143. Let me check the small one. Let me have a look. The small one has got 110, 101 for the small piece. So for the small one is actually quite a lot of colors involved. You know, for the 200 by 1A5 stitches, it's got over 100 colors, and the larger size has got additional 50 colors ish. Yes. So larger colors has got 143. So about 40 color, 42 colors additional. So no one is going for the mini then. Oh, Catherine says there are 3 sizes. Really? Oh, is there a regular one? Because this one, the larger one is sort of categorized as max color. So is there in between then? Oh dear, that's not very clear, because they have a category of small and another one max colors. So there's a regular one. I see. So let's have a look. I didn't know. I did wonder though, because you know, one is small, the other one's large, and there must be somewhere in between, but it's not very obvious. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, maybe there is. It's a max size. Oh yeah, that's true. There's a normal size. That is 400 by 370. So I don't think I need to grab this one necessarily. Let me have a look. Maybe I can. All right. This one is probably more subtle, right? Just for the sake of comparison, let me bring this one in as well. Might as well. It will probably be a good reference if you're buying from them, isn't it? In the future. So let me bring this one on. So this one is the middle one, okay? But you know me, now I've seen the larger one. My appetite has been, you know, let me just, all right, this is somewhere in between. I can totally see that. It's not super sharp, but it's not, what do you think, guys? So it's not super sharp. Let me just show you this one comparing to max, okay? So this is middle, this is a regular one. Pretty decent, right? And then you have max. All right, can you see a difference? Let me switch back. Regular, max. Max just looks so much sharper. And then let me compare it down, comparing to the small piece. Okay, so this is the middle one, and this is mini. Now it looks like a poor cousin. Oh dear. Oh, Grace likes the middle one. So let me bring on the middle one again. Okay, and then max. I find in a strange kind of way, because of this particular art piece, when it looks very different when it's too sharp. if you know what I mean. It looks almost like a print. It may be different. One is stitched because you're stitching on a much larger fabric. But, you know, now we're kind of showing them around the same size. So this is the middle one. Now this one looks really blurry. My goodness. Yes. I think it has to be either the middle one or the max. What do you think? Yes. Oh dear. Yeah, the middle one looks quite nice. Maybe it's a middle ground. So it's not too sharp. It kind of loses that softness, but it's not too blurry either, like this one, right? Now this one looks slightly, maybe not enough details. Yeah? And Catherine still likes the max better. And Jackie likes the regular size. Yes. And in terms of the stitch numbers is 400 comparing to 600. And 370 versus, I think, was 555. Oh, I don't know. This is a difficult one. I have to think about that. But from the sound of it, Susan. Oh dear, Susan's reading my mind. This is the problem. When I see a larger one, I just want a larger one. You see what my problem is? I know Susan can read my mind. Even though now I'm looking at the middle one, it looks fine. It's quite pretty, but I want to do the max. Shall I do the max then? Yes. Susan Barnes says so as well. And Love Drunk. Michelle says regular. And Imku says, oh, see, I remember. Imku says beautiful, but the max has something extra. Oh, there you go. It does look very pretty, isn't it? It does look very pretty because I had to kind of get my head around because originally this is what I saw and I liked it. I actually saw this and thought, well, this is so sweet. And but lo and behold, I've been shown this and it's all over. All right then. And it's interesting. For So Beautiful, the prices are identical. Whether you go for small, medium, large, the prices are the same. Whereas, you know, Hage, they kind of have different categories. Lola says it wouldn't be you if you don't do the max. I know, I know. Oh dear. All right then. That was very helpful, guys. Yes, I will let you know which one I'm going to do. Lynn says, Yogi, is it DMC thread? Hope you're okay. Oh, do you mean whether I'm going to use DMC to stitch this? I have no idea yet, and I haven't really come to sort of, you know, made up my mind on what fabric count I'm going to do it with. I just think it's so pretty, isn't it? It's just a beautiful thing. And this one, I'll happily frame it. In 200 years' time, when I finish it, I'll definitely frame it. That's very helpful. Thank you, guys. Okay, I have some idea in my mind now. What I need to do. Thank you, chat. That was very nice. Go Max, Lona. Oh, you guys are such enablers, you know? You're saying Yogi is enabling you. You're doing that to me, and it's working. Susan says, now we're going to have a fabric debate. I know. I can't get my head around. Now I'm stitching a pretty large piece now from that little tiny little mini thing. I thought it was quite charming. And see where we ended up. What's happening? Oh, go Max, everybody. Yes, but that's such a beautiful pattern, isn't it? And 99, Cedric. Have a sweet dreams. Lona. Yes, the feeling is mutual, okay? We deserve each other. Right. So I'm stitching 498. All right, that's done then. There you go. That's really pretty, isn't it? But Suzanne, I think your pattern is really pretty as well. And which version is it you're doing? Are you doing the regular or is this small? Or maybe it's a max. And it's quite exciting to stitch patterns from a different company, isn't it? Because I've been doing Heaven and Earth for a very long time. Oh, so Suzanne's pattern is actually small. So you've got that one, a really colorful one with flowers, and I think you've got the other one with a kind of a, is it like a fairy or something in a shell or something? I can't remember. But the definition is really lovely. Yes, the flowers are really, really, really pretty. Let me take a sip of my water. I'm pretty sure even the small version, they're really pretty as well. Just a different, slightly different felt to it. Right here. And then we have this one. All right, the next color is 355. 355. Thumbelina, that's right. I saw that on their website as well. Suzanne says, when I was little, my nana had storybook from Hans Christian Andersen. And in it, the story of Thumbelina, and she was in a nutshell. And I love that. That's beautiful. Yes, I remember those fairy tale stories, Thumbelina, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. I think they're timeless. Is it through different generations? I bet kids are still reading those books or cartoons or whatever. Lona says, Yogi, go big or go home. Maybe occasionally I need to go home. All right, Lona. No pressure, no pressure. Suzanne says it was going to be my New Year's start, but I was so done with I was so done with brown. But then I couldn't resist, so I started the other day. It did strike me actually. There was a lot of brown for that piece. Because the other one, with flowers, definitely I can see that as a reset, But the other ones actually got a little bit of air stitching as well, I think, if I remember correctly. But I think slowly you're going to recover from that, from that piece, slowly, and you'll be okay to do a bit of brown stitching. Very nice. Let me move over here and do a little bit of this area as well. All right, I'm going for 890. 890. Okay, close the eyes, a little bit of situation here, okay? Maybe it's time to, make another new organizer for this one as well. I just made new ones for CXC and DMC. Maybe it's time to do another one for this one. 890. 890. But it's working. It's working. 890. It's a green. So I've got this one threaded already. So let's say, what's air stitching? It's like there's some colors that's so light and very similar colors to the fabric. It's like invisible stitching. It's like you're stitching air, but you're actually stitching. But it's just the colors are so light. It's like stitching air. Lona says I just finished 890. Like, for how long? The last 10 minutes. Lona, slow down. It's not brow stitching. I know. But I think it varies from stitches to stitches. I remember Ebony says she enjoys stitching sky. I was like, what? I'll try to avoid it as much as possible. So everybody's different. Lovely. And the next one is A23. A23. I know, Solar. We've got quite a few sort of, you know, our own terms within a group, because it all started when there were only a few people, and gradually we just build up all these terminology only people in the group understand. But no air stitching for me today. These are strong colors. Lona says I'm putting in stitches on the last of my last of my 19 webs for a week. Lona, I'm speechless. 19 in a week. And 1,000 to 1,300 stitches a day on my hay sow. I don't know what to say to you, Lona. You know, I have no words. My brain just cannot compute those numbers. I know, Susan. Lona is so happy being an alien. She's like going, "Hey, give me some cookies and milk. I'm an alien." Oh, this is so nice to stitch. I know, I know. Rachel Morton is coming to check. Lona, is it full cross? Or are we talking about 10 stitches, eh? Lona? Yes. Suzanne says I'm going pretty slow these days. But Suzanne, the pieces you're stitching, they're probably quite confetti, right? Particularly that flower piece. That looks really, really worth it, but very confetti, I can imagine. One, two. All right. And take it over here. Yes, Suzanne has been doing a lot of color flow as well, which is quite nice. And I think it's perfect for, um, that flower piece as well, because it's quite satisfying, just kind of almost like you're printing those images with stitches. And I think when something's so confetti, color flow is really nice way of doing it. Oh, shall I go over there? No, I think I'm going to end my thread here. Okay. So generally, I want to keep it kind of open, quite loose, diagonal if I can. But, you know, if the colors want to kind of flow to a certain shape, I allow that to happen. All right then. 310. Hey, spooky bingo. Anyone? Yes. Got a few 310s to do. Susan says, I tried typewriter method with a colorful fairy reading a book and I hate it. Yes, because typewriter, ultimately what you're doing is cross country, really. So, you know, and the thing with cross country, I think it can be quite nice sometimes, but for some projects. But, there's some pieces, particularly when it's very confetti, you do have to come back and, try to fill in all the ninja stitches. And for some pieces, I just don't want to do that. Some pieces I don't mind, but hey, Michelle Fuller, Spooky Bingo. Yeah, I think this is our first one. Spooky Bingo. The first one goes to Michelle Fuller. Yay, Traveling Library. Yes, a lot of street. We know that. It's like over 40,000. Yes. Well done, Michelle. This one goes to you. First one is always exciting. And one more here. I love this color actually. It's like 310 but blended with some really dark blue as well. Chelsea is calling Spooky Bingo as well. Are you stitching 310 as well? Or is this supportive? Supportive Spooky Bingo. Lona says, Yogi, I have slowed down. I was working on Christmas House 2, 1/1 full cross and had to practice my breathing. Why? It was so slow. I could hear your voice telling me to breathe, relax, breathe. Yes, Lona, Ujjayi breath, okay? And keep the lips closed and breathing in and out through the nose. Everything calms down when you do Ujjayi breath, okay? Follow me, Lona. Breathing in and out. You know, your goal this year is to slow down at least 50%. That's Lona's goal. Clara says, I love typewriter method. Yes, because typewriter, as I said, is essentially cross-country. You just pick the color following a certain order. But also you can combine parking or non-parking, right? There's a lot of different ways you can play with it. But I think it just takes the stress away of from having to choose which one to do next. So quite a lot of stitching methods. You can kind of blend them together, you know. Rachel says, Yogi, have you decided what kind of fabric you've been using for your blacks? Oh, you mean black work project? Very good question, Rachel. I've been thinking about that actually. So guys, if you don't know, I'm going to embark on a black work journey. Okay. So it was mentioned, was it by Lona? Last time when we did the back stitching party with the members, and someone introduced me to the world of black work stitching, and there's a red work stitching as well, and I had never heard of it, so I was very curious and did a little bit of Googling, and I was fascinated by it because I like a little bit of back stitching, you know, and black work and red work as well. It's all about back stitching and creating different patterns. So I've decided to do a black work party with the members in a week or two. And I picked my pattern, which is I posted it on our Facebook group today. And so you know which one I'm going to be stitching on. And also if you want to join me, you could as well. 890. And so I was thinking about the fabric count because I think the idea is to do 2/1 in some way, isn't it? So if any one of you are familiar with black work, you can probably share some light for me, because on the pattern it's recommending, I think it's 14 count. Yes, in terms of the stitch size, you can do up to 18 counts. I don't know why they did not suggest anything higher. So I need to look into the pattern a little bit more. Maybe, I don't think this pattern has half stitches, I think, according to the PDF. But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe. I don't know whether 28 is too small. You know, even when you do 2/1, on 28 essentially is 14 count, isn't it? It should be pretty decent. So guys, if any of you are familiar with black work, please give me some suggestions here and help me to pick my fabric. And do you have to do 1/2 rather, not 2/1? Do you have to do 1/2, or can you do 1/1? I don't know. I think if I look at the example that was shown for the pattern, it was doing single strand, so. Oh, Chelsea's doing 310 as well. Yes, spooky bingo to you. Yes, it was Lona. mentioned black work and red work. So thank you, Lona. I had no idea. I never heard of it until you mentioned it. And Chelsea, oh dear. Chelsea says, I love white work. What is that? Is that air stitching? Is that air work? Really? Wow, there's such a thing as white works. So what color fabric do you stitch on? Do you stitch on black fabric? Is that how it works? Ooh, rabbit hole, rabbit hole. Brittany, oh my goodness, what is going on? Brittany says, I always wanted to try go work. Oh my goodness, stop everyone. The rabbit hole is opening up. What is go work? And that's why work as well, my goodness. Is there homework? Yes, we have homework, okay? That has been established. Oh my goodness. So there are different color work or something, because I've seen people using, you know, those threads that changing colors, so they just keep stitching and just flow with the color changes. Imuk, is it Imuk? Yes, it's in. No, Imco. I need to practice. Imco says, I love black work. Did 2 for now. Oh, so maybe you can help me with the fabric count. I've got this lovely pattern. It's got 100 little blocks. And each one has a, you know, lovely little pattern. They're just lovely. I love them. And but I don't know what fabric count I should go for. Clara says, I would think 28 count will work for 14 counts. And also the question would be, do you have to do 1/2, or does it matter if you do 1/1? So let's say if I just want to do it on a 14 count Aida like this and do 1/1, does it matter at all? Brittany says, same as black work, but with gold thread. But so do you do it on color fabric? Because gold thread on white fabric probably won't show. What? Chelsea? This is my ultimate nightmare. Chelsea just illustrated here. Chelsea says, white embroidery on white linen, that's white work. Or maybe another word would be insanity. How's that, Chelsea? White embroidery on white linen. But why? Help. What is going on? Why would anybody do this on them, inflict this on themselves? And Chelsea, clearly. Oh my God, my head starts to hurt just thinking about it. White linen, you know, white embroidery on white fabric. White work. Oh no. Yes, variegated threads. That sounds quite fun as well. But I'm going to stick with black because it looked really, really good looking at the sample there. So everybody has been secretly doing all sorts of black work, white work, gold work. I had no idea. It is blissfully unaware. Lona says, I stitch my black work 1/1, so it's okay to do 1/1. So technically, I can just pick any fabric count and just do 1/1. Is that correct? And Inku says, I did one with 18 count, 2/1. So 2 strand over 1 stitch, 18 count, and 1/1 with 20 counts. I'm trying to work it out in my head. Okay, So the smaller stitches. So essentially, it doesn't matter. You can do 1/1, 1/2, or 2/1, right? So really depends on how large you want the finished size to be. Can I assume it doesn't matter what fabric count? Because I wanted to check just in case there's some, reason that you have to do 1/2 in order to, do certain stitches. All right then, 3,750. 3,750. I mean, this chat is just the best, aren't you guys? You're all the best. I can ask you anything, and someone somewhere knows. It's like live Googling of stitchy stuff. It's beautiful. Cassie says, what is black work? Did I miss this? Cassie, welcome to the insanity of all the different color work. I only discovered it a couple of weeks ago during members stream, and Lona, I was doing back stitching for this piece, okay, and Lona mentioned black work because it's essentially very similar to back stitching, but you're only doing back stitching, and there's some really interesting patterns out there, and they look so fun to do. Jackie says, I had to Google black work after you post today. Yeah, I had to do a little bit of Google after Lona mentioned it as well. I was so intrigued, and I was in. So give me some of that. It's fun. Because I know some of you doing sort of samplers for long dog, etc. Essentially, you can do it for single color or multiple colors, but with those patterns, you are actually doing crosses. So essentially, you're doing cross stitching, whereas black work and red work, gold work, white work, I don't know why, you're doing back stitching. So it's kind of a new thing for me. It's different from back stitching to frame to highlight a certain pattern, like cross stitching work. It's essentially just back stitching on its own, and it's very pretty. Betty Hankins says 28 is the same as 14 count if you stitch 2/2. Does it? So it doesn't have to be 2 strands, right? It can be single strand. And so if I decided to do it on, I don't know, just random fabric count, 22, it probably doesn't matter, right? If I do 22, 1/1, it's not going to break it. Or is it? And Chelsea says, I also do a lot of drawn thread embroidery, which is where you remove the weft threads and create patterns with the gaps. I have no idea what you're talking about, Chelsea. Well, we need interpreters because I don't know what you just said there. Yes. Exactly, Kathy, exactly. That's exactly what I said. It's like, well, there are words there, but I just don't know what they mean altogether. Kathy, you and me both. Yes. I was like, as I was reading it, my mind just started to kind of go into a blur. Lona says, I stitch my black work pieces with sewing thread. Interesting. So you don't use DMC. I thought I was going to use some 310. Does it matter though? It probably doesn't matter, right? You can stitch with whatever thread of your choice. Sewing thread. Why is that then? Is it because it's thinner? I suppose if you're stitching, I don't know. Single strand DMC is pretty fine. So my plan is to do a member stream in a week or two, and I'm going to stitch that piece. So if you want to join me, you can grab a pattern, or if you like the pattern I'm stitching, you can have that one as well. It'll be good fun. And my plan is, because I don't want to do too much preparation, I want to come in slightly cold. It's more interesting that way. And I'm going to pick a couple of kind of a good tutorial for the back stitch, for black work. And then we can watch them together. And they're not going to be too long, but we can all learn together. And then we can start stitching. That's my plan. What? Lona says, I've been a model stitcher for blackwork designers. What is a model stitcher? Do you win trophies? Yes, Chelsea, please post some pictures. And I'm very curious about white work. sounds terrifying. Imku says, I must say that I did them volunteer for others, but couldn't choose the fabric, but love 1/1. 20 counts. Interesting. Yes, 20 counts I think is not too small. If I'm going to do 1/1, it might keep things simpler, because 1/2, I can just imagine my brain not being able to process. You have to, skip one stitch. So I think 20 is probably quite nice for 1/1. Cassie says, I've seen people lately do all the black stitching and nothing else. Is that it? Not necessarily. So I think black work is you're actually doing back stitching, even though there are different patterns, different style of patterns that you can do single color, like all black or all red. But you are doing cross stitching. So my understanding is the black work is all back stitching with single or double strand. We can all learn together. It's a new world for me as well. Grace Hudson says, I don't know of it either. I'm doing an ink circle piece. Yes, I know the company, in circle, with a blue-green thread. Does that mean I'm doing blue-green work? No, I don't think it's the same, because you're doing cross stitching, right? You're doing a cross. Whereas this type of work, let me see if I can load up the pattern here. I probably have it on my in my folder here. Yes, I do. Hang on. So let me just load this up for us so we can just have a look. So you know what it looks like, and it will probably give you some idea. because the ink circle, I'm familiar with them, because I was going to buy one of their patterns as well, until I realized, hang on, let me just do this one, black work, until I realized they only do printed patterns, they don't do digital that I'm aware of. So that's where I got a little bit stuck. Let me find out where it is, and I'll load it up for you. All right, I've got this one. So this is the pattern I'm going to stitch with you on the members stream. All right, there. Can you see that? So these are 100 little squares. I didn't realize there's so many. And so it's 10 by 10, so 100 little squares, and each square has got a little really cute patterns. They're adorable. I love this one. And so if you look carefully, all the stitches are back stitching, just single strand. They're not crosses, and they form different shapes. And I think you probably need to be clever and stitch in a certain pattern. And I'll be fascinated to know what a back should be looking like. You know what I mean? Because you are taking threads. I don't know whether you need to find a way to not to take your thread too far away, not jumping around. So that's the part I'm really fascinated with the back stitching, because you have to be maybe quite clever with the order that you're stitching. Susan says, I think sewing thread would be better, less fraying. But sewing threads, they're different types. Some are very, very kind of silky, and some are quite fluffy. Interesting. So can you see? So these are not cross stitches. They're not crosses. Grace Hudson says, I love it. Isn't that beautiful? I was browsing different, there are all sorts of different types of patterns out there. And this one just kept coming back to me. And they're so beautiful. And 100 of them, it's just like, it just sounds so much fun. Yes. So there you go. That's the black work for you. And you can do them in red as well, I think. Probably nothing can stop you from doing a different color. Lona says, Yogi, you've stitched properly. The back looks identical to the front, but reversed. That's the part that I'm really fascinated about, because I think that this is where the art is. Do you not think? Because if it's just a matter, let me bring on the pattern again. If it's just a matter of stitching all these shapes, it's kind of, yeah, you can probably get there. But I think, Lona, you're quite right. The art of this way of stitching is stitching in the way the back is looking great as well. Oh, I'm excited. Lona, teach me. Yes. So, yes, so this is another rabbit hole I can see myself falling in. Grace Hudson, what is the name of the pattern? It's called, I can't remember what it's called, but I posted the link on the Facebook on our group as well. If you go have a look, I've got a link there, and everything you need to know. So that's from Etsy. I found it from Etsy. And I know Susan Fuller is joining me as well with this pattern. She loves it as well. So we can all learn together. Rachel says, I purchased a different black work chart from Etsy. I'm looking forward to this. Yes, definitely. You can grab a different pattern. And I think the techniques would be the same. There's some more sort of freestyle ones, the more modern ones. I think that's how they categorize it. But I love these ones. They're so, symmetrical. And yes, I love to know how to stitch it properly. And I'm going to find some tutorials we can all watch together in the beginning of the session. A23. A23. And I'm in no hurry to do white work, okay? Just so you know. I think black work's pretty good to me. Suzanne says, I just saw a really cute one with bees. Looked at the shop called Trunky Stitches. Yes, I've seen some patterns with almost like, illustrations, like little kind of illustrations that you can stitch with black back stitches as well. There's sort of different styles. But I'm kind of a beginner, I've never done it before, so I want to start from the very, very basic. And this pattern is just beautiful as well. So Jackie, have you looked at the Etsy shop? I know it's specialized in black work, and there's so many. Yes. Lona says steady thread black work group. It's got a free pattern called 100 Days of Tiny. Oh, that sounds like fun. 100 days. And the great thing about this little square is that each one that you completed, it's like a completion, isn't it? Lona, I know. When you mentioned it, and when I Google black work, and I could just smell the rabbit hole opening. I was terrified, but I'm happy to dive into this one. I love it, and the simplicity as well. Just a single color, right? And just backstitch and find most kind of efficient way to stitch a pattern. Oh, I love that. Michelle Fuller says, I ordered a book on black work. Oh, well done. And maybe I'll get here in time for me to look at it. Yes, hopefully. And you can share your knowledge as well. Wonderful. Oh, rabbit hole is opening, full of group. Ah, okay, Jackie. I think I saw the flower one as well. Yes. I think they specialize in this type of pattern. Yes, we will need, you know, some side quest from time to time, Michelle. Suzanne says, I had a book on black work. I wonder if I still have it on my Renaissance costume days. Yes. So, Suzanne, have you done black work? If you have a book, I presume that you probably have done it. Hey, Bex. Good morning. Beck says, I love this piece you're working on. What is it called, please? This one is called Grandmom's Craft Shed, and it's by a company called, I got this chart from, I bought it from Amazon actually, but it's a company called Max Stitch Design, is it? One day I'll remember it. Yes, it's they sell their kits on Amazon, and also you can go to their website as well. It's called I think on their website this piece is called, is it Granny's Craft Room. Yes, the sort of slight variation of the title. And it's a stitching kit, so it comes with fabric and the floss and everything. Oh, Susan is hitting the hot chocolate. Yes, why not? Jackie, you do need another hobby. It's not another hobby, it's a side quest, you know, it's still stitching. We will need a little bit of a side quest from time to time. All right, let me have a little look here. Let me come down here. Karen Sutherland says the back of black work should mirror the front. I know that's the part Lona mentioned earlier on, and that's the part I think it will be most interesting. It's going to be a learning curve. Suzanne says, ideally probably 30 years ago. Ah, but wasn't cross stitch. It was embroidery on regular fabric. Yes. Grace Housen says, what thread would you use for black work? I think personally, I'll probably just use DMC. I'll probably just grab my 310 to do it. But Lona mentioned that she's doing it with sewing threads. But they're different types, aren't they? So, Lona, is there any specific type of sewing thread? I think it's sewing thread is probably a little bit finer if that's what you want. But I think I should be okay for 310. Just keeping things kind of simple that way. And also, guys, Lona or anybody who's done black work, can I just use regular needles, like cross-stitching needles? Is there any need for pointy needles? One stitch here. 355. 355. Max Stitch Design. That's it. Susan, thank you. It's going to take another 10 years for me to remember the name of the company. Thank you, Susan. Oh, that's nice. They're free patterns. Yes. It might be nice to have as well. I know, Michelle. It's like it's good to have a notepad, you know, when you come to this chat. It's like so many great tips because sometimes I read them out and later on I just forget what they are. Yes, a notepad is a very good idea. This chat is like a treasure trove. Hey, Janine, come to join us. Welcome. Oh, so Bex, you found it on Amazon. Well done. Yes. They do it on Amazon as well. It's probably the easiest way to get it. And if you, Bex, if you do get the kit, you can just write to the company, okay? You can find their website very easily and just ask them for the digital version. They will give it to you. They're really, really good. They can give you a PDF. Bex says the news here in Australia today, analog crafts or grandma's craft like needlework are becoming more popular. How dare they call it that? Oh, how rude. Yes, analog crafts. You mean using your hands to do things? Oh, yes, how terrible. Do not use your hands, you know. Grace Houston says sewing threads have different weights. I know because I have a whole bunch of sewing threads and they all look different. Some are more shiny, some are more matte, and different thickness as well. Whoops. Solar Wind says, Yogi, I will still use tapestry needles. So I can just use the ones I've got. Is that what you're saying, Solar? So pointy, I don't need sharp needles. All right. Lona says the same thing. Lona says, Yogi, I always use cross-stitch needles. However, you might have a quarter or third quarter stitches in design. I think this pattern says there's no half stitches. I don't know what that means. A quarter stitches, maybe. I have to check again. So hopefully all stitches are the same. I think that's what that meant. Not too sure. All right. The next color is 355. 355. I'm so happy stitching these beautiful strong colors. No air stitching, okay? Lona says, some of the free patterns will blow your mind. Lona, can you do us a favor? Those of you that know there are black work, free patterns, you know, either links or groups, can you point us to those directions on our Facebook group? Because I'm sure everybody's gonna get really lost. Yes, it would be nice to have some free patterns as well. Yes, very generous, isn't it? Susan, yes, Susan is calling for chocolate time. I know, I totally forgot. It's 11 and we have not had chocolate. Oh, I thought I was professional. It turned out not really. Yes, it's chocolate time. Let's take a breath and have a bit of chocolate, okay? And Susan, are you having your hot chocolate right now? All right, so this is a little bit of back stitching you can see from our back stitching party a couple weeks ago. All right then, let's have a look. Let's have a bit of chocolate, okay? So bring your snackies, everyone. Yes, my dark chocolate here. Yes, there's my little snacky here. All right. Jackie says, I wonder if those black work patterns will work in Pattern Keeper or Markup. Yes, I'm wondering that as well. I think ultimately it's just a PDF pattern. It shouldn't be different from other patterns. But then again, I don't know, because if you think about Saga, it's treating back stitches on. It's kind of, you know, separated from full crosses. I don't know how Pattern Keeper is going to treat it, or Saga is going to interpret the pattern. That's interesting to know. I'm sure it will probably work for. I don't know really. Can Pattern Keeper read back stitches? Or maybe just refer to the PDF, because I don't know. It probably, you know, it's not critical to have a tracking app for those type of pattern. Oh, dark chocolate. Here I come. And my coffee as well. Oh, Natty, hello. Natty is asking, can you do black work on linen? I was kind of wondering that, but I was too scared to ask because I'm a little bit scared of linen, even though it's very beautiful. Yes, I suppose you could, couldn't you? If you can actually, I don't know. I think linen will probably come out quite pretty. if you can stitch it. Hey, Vaduhi, it's been a little while. How are you? Ah, so like quarter stitches. I don't know what they are. Are they just really small? Lona? Yes, Vaduhi, it's better to be late for a party than never. We're talking about black work. Vaduhi is one of the very rare breed in our group. Vaduhi has only got one project. I don't know if that's still the case, you know. Maybe secretly Vaduhi's got a second one. Natty says peppermint purple is doing a free sale that has a mix of cross stitch and black work. Oh, peppermint. Let me drink my coffee. Grace Austin says, looking on Etsy, looks like people are using Aida fabric. But there's something about linen because with Aida, you can see the grid, you know, and some people, you know, some work look really, really nice, like samplers. When the background is linen, you can't see the grid, you know, the stitches. It just looks, you know, quite sophisticated. Quite like the idea of that as well, but I cannot. I'm too scared of linen. I just don't know what I'm looking at when I look at the fabric. Ah, so peppermint purple is the one to look up patterns. Solar Wind says Pattern Keeper has had an update recently. He says he can do back stitches now. I have not tried it. Anybody tried back stitching on Pattern Keeper? I have not used it for a little while, so because I could use that for this pattern if Saga is going to be fiddly to do. Needlebug, hello. Needlebug says you can definitely do black work on linen. Yes, you can, if you can read the fabric. Cheryl says, I'm trying my first linen piece today. Still, that's a learning curve. Yes, I thought about trying as well. I actually got a few pieces of fabric from a fabric club. I think I learned, I found them. It's a Facebook group you can join, and they do hand dye fabric. What is it called? I was a member for a little bit, and then I kind of, you know, I got scared with the fabric because I just didn't know what to do with them. It's called coffee. Is it coffee fabric or something like that? Yes. And they do like, you know, hand-dyed linen. I still have them, smaller piece, you know, quite small pieces, and I don't know what to do with them yet. Samantha is listening to us. Grace Austin, another whole new world. I know, I'm learning new things every day from the chat. It's scary. 355 Let me find my spot here. I think correct from here. Needleberg says use whatever count you're comfortable with. You can do it as back stitches or you can stitch it reversible. What does that mean, Needleberg? What is stitching reversible? Yes, Needleberg just materialized. Brittany says linen isn't as scary as it looks, says Brittany, who stitches, 50 counts or something like that fabric. I do not trust you, Brittany. Jackie says, me and Linen do not get along. We had a major falling out about 10 years ago. Well, me and Linen, we haven't even got acquainted. I just got scared and run away. I love the look, though. I love the look of Linen. I just don't know what to do with it. Yeah, so I look at the fabric, it's like, hey, do I know you? Zoom in a little bit more. Natty says, I tried doing a full coverage on linen. And biggest mistake ever. Oh dear, Natty, I can't even get my head around. Do you mean like heaven and earth type of project? And you do it on linen? And what stitch count then? I don't know. Because they tend to be quite small, aren't they? So if you do linen, I think I did one on slightly larger counts. I can't remember, maybe 40. But I did 1/2 or 2/2. So essentially we're talking about 20 count stitches or something like that. And that was my bending. Because I have to remember skipping one stitch all the time. And linen, for me, is really hard to read. I just don't know what I was looking at. So, and I was doing a very simple pattern, like, really, really, really simple sampler. So full coverage, I think you probably need therapy after that, Natty. Lona, so if you know a lot of groups or either vendors or Facebook groups, they do free patterns or sell that kind of stuff, please point us on the Facebook group so we have a record of them. We can refer to them. I'll be really, really grateful. Brittany says, I haven't got any 56 count yet, but I do have 36 count on the way. I know, because 32 is just too large, isn't it, those stitches? It's got to be 36, Brittany. And Betty Hankins says, I love the linen. And the slugs, don't bother me. What are we talking about here? Slugs? I have a feeling I'm going to learn another new thing today. All right. Here, 1, 2, 3. All right, next one. 720. Needlebug says, to do black work, reversible. You use a Hoban stitch, okay? Interpreter, please. You stitch in 2 passes. Okay, interpreter, please. By doing, I'll just highlight this one so you guys can read it, okay? Because I'm not doing it justice. And doing every other stitch. If you look on the screen, you can read the comment. So you can probably understand it better than I can. And coming back, filling the spaces. I have no idea, needlebug. So anyone can maybe translate that for the group. I know this is a problem when we have experts in the chat. Laura says, linen would be nice for your alphabet sampler. Yogi, Laura, you remember? Yes, I still don't know what to do with that one. I'd love to do that one at some point as well. Yes, I was looking for linen, but I just couldn't make up my mind what count of linen to go for. Laura, I'm so glad you mentioned that one, because from time to time, I remember that I have that beautiful pattern that I love to do. I just need to find, I think last time, if I remember correctly, I kind of settled for 40, for even weave, you know. If I couldn't find linen, that's perfect for it. I was happy to do even weave, but I was looking for maybe 40 counts. I can't remember, but I couldn't find 40 count of the right size, like big enough for that pattern. Oh, Natty says, yes, Yogi, I tried doing 28 count linen for quick stitch little cake shop. You mean quote unquote quick stitch? Max color. 28 count, I'm trying to think. So 28 count. So how does that compare into even weave 28 count? Is it vastly different? I presume it is. And I presume you probably had a new start or restart. Hey, Rose, welcome. Chelsea says slugs are bits of the weave that are thicker. That doesn't help, Chelsea. You're talking to a complete newbie here. I know how to do crosses, okay? That's about as far as I go. Barbara says, my first piece on linen ended up in the trash. That's where it belongs, Barbara. And I couldn't figure out what it was, what I was doing. Now I can do up to 40. We need reading glasses. 40 count of linen? Right. Because even weave is evenly woven, right? So as it says on the label, linen, even on the same count, because they're not even, it's It's just so much harder to read, and the fabric is a lot softer, isn't it? A lot more delicate. So it's a totally different game. Totally different game, I think. Cassie say, can't we go back talking about chocolate? Oh, life used to be so much simpler, Cassie. I'm with you. I'm with you. No, it's really fun to learn new things. It's just I can't absorb all of them. I think for those who aren't, who know what they're talking about, then it's just another word. For my brain, I was like, oh, hello. Right, so 28 count even weave. Very sensible. Needlebark says, for your first venture with linen, I would go with 32 count or 36 count, same as 16 or 18. Okay, so you basically do 1/2, right? So in terms of the stitch size, it's not too small. I mean, clearly they're going to be tiny if you do 1/1. Brittany, I'm sure that's what she's doing. Ah, okay. Catherine says you do 1 thread over 2 on 40. So essentially 20 count stitches. Yeah, I've seen pieces done with particularly, not full coverage, particularly samplers done with linen. It's just so beautiful. A needlebark says stitching on linen is exactly the same as stitching over 2 on even weave. You just need to be aware of some threads being thinner. Yes, I think, my very, very limited experience just doing very simple samplers on a piece of linen. I can't remember what the fabric count was, maybe 40. And yes, it's just getting used to the threads are not, evenly woven, really. And I think it takes some getting used to. And it's very soft as well. And enjoy the dinner with family, Michelle. Great to have you, and I'll catch you later. Night night. What is the lowest count linen one can get? Is the lowest 28? Is there anything lower? Like 14? That wouldn't be linen, would it? Brittany says, I do 1/1 on 40 count even weave. Of course you do, Brittany. Why would you do? Otherwise, the stitches would just be too large, wouldn't it? Brittany, we want to keep them small. Yes, okay. So the next one is 8, A38, I think, A38. Ah, great question, Clara. Which one's better, DMC or sewing thread? I think this is referring to black work, right? Or does it make any difference? Brittany says the tidier the better in my world. Yes. Alien territory. Ooh. No. So needlebox using DMC. That's what I'm going to do as well, just keeping things simple. I'm going to just grab 310. And 550. 550. Imku says, I'm going to bed now? Yes. Oh, yes, of course. In Belgium is 1 hour ahead of me, so it's 12:30. Well done. Yes. And you've done very well today. Still awake. And have a nice rest. And nighty-night. And send some nighty-night to Imku, please. And send her to sleep. Sweet dreams. Oh, Jackie's frogging. Okay, you've got a pink frog. Okay, Fudgy. Okay, is not Mr. Frog. Compassion to Jackie. Do some reverse stitching. How's that? Or do you need power tool? Sometimes it's necessary, isn't it? Laura says, I'm excited to see the alphabet sampler. There seem to have been a lot of backstitching as well. Yes, that piece is very interesting. That's got that piece has got all sorts of stitches. It's got cross stitches and back stitches, and there's some really tiny ones as well, like quarter stitches or stuff like that. Oh, now you make me want to work on it, Laura. Now you brought that up. What am I going to do? I'm going to be so busy. 2026. Yes, I want to do something about that piece, because I got this the pattern, well, maybe nearly a couple of years ago. I've been just, kind of trying to figure out the best way to tackle it, because it's such a large piece. I don't want to get it wrong. So guys, if you don't know, I've got this. Let me bring the pattern to show you, okay? I've got this beautiful pattern here. Let me see if I can find it. And it's called 101 Alphabets. Some of you might be familiar with it. Let me show you. Let me just put this away. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can show you the pattern. Okay, so this is it. So I got this piece. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Look at this beauty. This is the pattern, the whole lot. This is called 101 alphabets, and it is a stitching pattern. I ask you, this is really, really large. So let me see if I can zoom in for you. So I got this pattern quite a while ago, maybe over 2 years ago. And I've been thinking back and forth to try to figure out how to stitch this one. So I'm not going to show you the pattern, I'm going to show you the spec. Okay, so it's got a combination of all sort of stitches. So it's got 499 by 499 stitches, and yeah, I just have not figured out what fabric to get. See how many pages there are? 54. It's huge. Oh, Lola, you've got that pattern. Have you stitched this one? Rosewood Manor. I know, I love Rosewood Manor. This is it. Yes, I'm such a fan of them, but they don't have digital pattern, which is a slight downside. But with this kind of pattern, is probably okay. I can work with paper, or maybe just take a picture of the pattern and work with PDFs. So it's workable, but just look at intricacy. And this is linen for sure. This is not even weave, right? If I zoom in a little bit, this is definitely a piece of linen. And I love it. I love it. And it's got cross stitches. It's got all sorts of stitches, back stitches, and a little bit of embroidery. You know, I don't know what's going on here. Satin stitches even. Yes, Rosewood Manor is just gorgeous. Lynn says, Yogi, I can't find out where you are on the photo today. What photo? Oh, Brittany says, I've been eyeing that pattern for years. I think Nikki's got this one as well. I remember quite a while ago, we talked about it, and we made a pack of starting it together. I don't know whether she remembers it or not, but this is definitely another sort of project of a lifetime, really. Imagine stitching this, you know, bit by bit. It's just so gorgeous. And who else has got it? So Brittany's been eyeing it. Lona's got it. I know Nikki has it. And see you later, Bex. And Natty says, so my new start went out of the window. Anyone surprised? No. Everyone in the chat is like going, no, not really. I know. And I've been thinking, I think the recommendation for the pattern is 36 count ivory linen, okay? And I could have gone for that, I suppose. But I saw someone on YouTube stitching 36 count, and he was a gentleman stitcher, and he said it was too large because the fabric just ended up being really, really huge. So, and then he ended up stitching 40 counts, and I think it was a lot better. So I've been sort of looking around trying to find 40 count linen, and couldn't find a piece I want, because I want a piece that doesn't look super new. I want something that maybe looks slightly aged. You know, this is so gorgeous. Look at this. And so yes, I still don't know what I'm gonna do and where to source the fabric. You know, I think the fabric is probably the key. Lona says, not yet. I was thinking 25 count Lugana. 25 count, I suppose, yes. If you do 40 counts, if I did 40 count what is it? 40 count linen. Essentially, I'm doing, but the thing is, Lona, I remember Nikki said there's some is it half stitches or quarter stitches? They're tiny ones. So you want to be careful. I think essentially you want to do 2 over 1 so you can do the half stitches, if that makes sense. Because they're shorter stitches. So if you go for 25 count 1 over 1, then I don't know how you do the half ones, the shorter ones. Brittany, you have to watch my whip parade, please. I know, there's just so many exciting projects. Catherine says 1 over 1 on 40 would be tough. No, if I'm going for 40, I'm going to do 2 over 1 because there are variation of different sizes of stitches. Some would be 2 over 1, and their tiny ones will be 1 over 1. So essentially, the default stitches should be 1 over 2. Sorry, 1 over 2. And then their shorter ones, that's half size, will be 1 over 1. So Lona, yes, 32 1 over 2 is what the pattern is recommending. Yes, I wouldn't mind doing 40 or even 46 because if I'm doing 1 over 2, right? But the question would be finding a piece of fabric that's large enough and nice looking, because so much of the fabric is showing. So I kind of don't want a piece of quite generic looking even weave. That's why I wanted to do linen. Oh, now I want to stitch that one as well. What do I do? That one. Let me see. Rachel says, that looks like a very challenging project. Yes, I love it. Rachel. Yes. I like a bit of challenge. It just looks like such an epic project, and you know I like big projects. Oh yes, Brittany, you're saving for the cruise. I don't know how you're going to kind of, not getting new starts for 2 years. Susan says, just put 40 count tea dye linen in Google. In Google? All right. Oh, tea died. You mean someone died for me? Yes, because the last time when we talked about it, and the chat kind of suggested, Yogi, just do tea dye yourself, and I was terrified. Oh, I'm not going to do that. It's a large piece of fabric, and I just have, I'm definitely going to ruin it if I do it myself. Yes, I'll have a look. Because the fabric will have to be quite large. So the question is being able to find a piece of fabric, it doesn't cost like a, small mortgage in order to get. Catherine says, yes, there are a lot of 1/1 on that. Yes, so it's about, there's some 1/1, there's some 1/2. So you kind of have to figure out what would be the default size of the stitches and then work from there, isn't it? And I don't want it to be so big because I think the pattern, I think would look a lot more intricate when they're slightly, when it's slightly smaller. It's more delicate, isn't it? Whoops. Catherine says you're not starting on easy pattern. No. Alona says I go to Silver Needle in Tulsa for my specialty fabric. And do they cost a fortune? Because that's, I don't want to kind of, because some of them can be very, very pricey when it gets to sort of hand dyed or slightly aged fabric. Catherine says, I'm doing a sampler of 36 with 1/1 flags and it's miserable. Oh, 1/1 36. A sampler. They're quite small, aren't they, the stitches? 1/1. Rachel says, I struggle with 36 counts, so I can't imagine using 40 counts. And I think if I do 40 counts, it will be 1/2. Right? So essentially I'm stitching 20 counts, really. Brittany's like, okay, listen to Brittany. Brittany says, I have enough stash to keep me occupied for way more than 2 years already. Yes, that we all do, Brittany. I think we all do. We probably have enough for 20 years, but does it stop us for starting new ones? No. You know how it works, Brittany. Rachel says, when did you get this chart? I do not recall you mentioning it before. I got this chart. It was during COVID, I think. I think it was probably back in sometime 2024. I can't remember exactly when. And I have not done anything to it, since I started, since I got it. And in fact, shall I show you another pattern, okay? As we're talking about it, I have to confess, okay? I have to come clean to you, all right? And this one I've got as well. And so this is another one from Rosewood Manor, and I think I got this one at the same time as the alphabet one. Okay, are you ready? I have not mentioned this one before, okay? And I have to come clean because at some point I have to whip this out at some point. Might as well just confess right now. All right, I've got this one, all right? Dun dun dun, and the forest grew from Rose Manor as well. I've got this one. Okay, so this one is a little bit smaller, comparing to probably only half the size or even smaller, comparing to 101 Alphabet. And in fact, I have done a little bit around here, or maybe around the center. Oh, Catherine has got, I've got that one as well. Hey, join the club. Yes, you and me can sound together. And yes, so this one, I'm actually stitching on, I think it's 25 count even way, because this one is, for me, in my mind, because it's a smaller piece. Let me zoom in a little bit, okay? It's really cute as well. Look at this. Just so sweet. So I did this one, maybe the last time I worked on this piece was probably over a year ago. And I have it in my stash, obviously, but I have not done anything more to it. And so I'm doing it on a 25 count even weave 1/1, and it's really pretty. I'm gonna grab it next time on the next stream, maybe tomorrow. I'll show it to you. And so in my mind, because this piece in comparison to the 101 of alphabets is smaller, so I'm kind of using it as almost like a warm-up piece, even though it's huge, right? I kind of use it as a warm-up piece to prepare me and for the 101 alphabet. Let's have a look. Oh, Kelly's got this one. I think this is quite a popular one because it's so beautiful. So, oh yes, Betty as well. Betty Hankins says, I have that one as well. So Catherine has it, and Betty has it. Kelly M has it as well, and Ruth as well. Oh, nice. We can do a sow, can't we? This one. Yes. Rachel says, I like this one better than the alphabet one. They have different feel. This is nice and simple, you know. And to be honest, it's really, really nice to stitch. I think I started from the center here, page by page. And so I'm going to keep going. I just have not had an opportunity to kind of work on it. And maybe we can do a little sow, can't we? All the ideas are flowing out, my goodness. I know. And this one, I think the recommendation, let me have a look, refresh my memory. It was, yes, the same fabric count, 32. No, the other one is 36. And this one is actually recommending 32 counts linen. And this one is simpler because this one, in terms of stitches, really, all of them are cross stitches, no variations. I think the alphabet one is a lot more complex. So I'm kind of treating this one as a warm-up. And originally, I wanted to stitch it on a piece of linen as well, but I just couldn't find sort of ideal fabric. So I decided to go for 25 count, and it's working out fine. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. So yes, this in the pipeline as well. At some point, I'll have to whirl it out and show it to you, you know. So I might as well come clean right now. I do have this one as well. So there you go. Grace Houston says I want it. Yes, Grace House in the shopping list is getting really long today. Yes, around the corner. Laura says I want it. Yes, Laura, if you know, I think if you appreciate the alphabet one, this one is really sweet. And it's a lot simpler to stitch because all of them are just cross stitches. Just cross stitches. And stitching trees It's just the loveliest things. And so many variations though. I don't know who created it. Look at that. So the different shapes. It's so much fun. So much fun. Kelly M's, I prefer 40 counts. Yes, you can do 40 and 1/2. But I'm stitching on 25 counts, 1/1, and it's really delicate, really, really nice. I'll show you to you. I'll bring out the fabric and maybe show you to you tomorrow. Yes, from time to time, I kind of look at the fabric and go, and all right then. So it's close to midnight, 5 minutes to midnight here in the UK, and I might just pick one more color, and this will be the last color of my session today. Right, which one should I go for? I love today's discussion. There's so much going on. Here we go. So let me pick this one then. Let me stitch a little bit of blue stitches. Let's have a look. Why don't I? So this one is 3750. Catherine says Karen Klubar is the Rosewood Manor. Oh, so she's the artist. Is that what you're saying? Oh, yes. So she created the pattern? Like all of them? Are they all from the same artist? Oh, that's right. Design. See, I do not pay attention. This Karen Klubar. And let me see. Oh, so I do not read, you see. I just look at a picture and that I'm done with it. So alphabet one as well is created by this lady as well. Oh, what a genius. Yes, that looks like something that's from ancient time, you know, Victorian time or something. What a genius lady. Oh, she's going on my Christmas list, Christmas card list, which I do not send, okay? Yes. Thank you for highlighting that. So I'm going to do 4 more stitches plus this one. Wow. And the lady's still around, isn't she? Because the work just feeling really, really kind of ancient is not the right word. But you know what I mean? It's like, it feels like the pattern is something from the past, long time ago. It's got that really ancient feel to it. So beautiful. All right, I'm going to do 2 more here. It's beautiful blue, strong finish. And then I'm going to park here. Wow, so she's still around. That's so nice to know. I'll probably have a Google. I just never pay attention to to text. Vintage. Well, it's beyond vintage. Vintage is, it feels like, vintage feels like a style. You make something look vintage, and clearly she did. And yes, it's vintage, but it feels like they're actually from the past, if you know what I mean. Like if you go to the museum, like I don't know, there's a museum in London, they do like textile from from Victorian time and stuff, V&A, and it feels like one of those pieces from Victorian time. Grace House says, I'm going to be dreaming black work tonight. Yes, yes, me too, me too. Right, guys, so I've done my final stitches, and I'll give you a quick recap of today's stitches here. Let me zoom out a little bit, okay? And I'll give you my stitch count as well. I want to know as well with the color flow. So this is color flow unlimited, okay? It's a new method. No, I'm kidding. It's a color flow pioneered by Gemma Stitches, and I love it. And it's perfect for 14 counts in particular. It's just nice and smooth, and all the stitches are nice and flat as well. So today, moving down from the kitties, which I did a little bit of back stitching already, and moving down, and my goal is to complete these 2 bottom pages. So I've done these 2 above, and moving down to these 2, and I've been working on them for a while. And so once I finish this area, I'll do a proper back stitching session for the 4 pages, and I'll move on from, I don't know where I'm going to move on next. I can pick anywhere now on the fabric. Yes, and let me show you this markup here, just in case you weren't here in the beginning. So this is a piece by Steve Reed. Kind of not very talked about artist, but he's got a few pieces, similar style, I just absolutely love. And very little known about this person. And yes, this is a gorgeous piece. And let me show you my view here, okay? Catherine says, I got 986 stitches today. For you or for me? Yes. Oh, ancient sounds really bad, does it? No, ancient sounds great. Yes, we'll go with vintage. We're going with vintage because it's a style she's going for. It's not really a sort of old piece. So here we go. So this is where I am with this piece right here. And I'm quite happy with that. It's so gorgeous. It's beautiful. And stitch counts, guys. Are you ready? I'm going to count from 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Yeah. Who actually said color flow was a little bit faster? Who said that? Come forward, raise your hands. The grand total of the number of stitches I have completed today. But today we chatted quite a lot. This is my excuse, okay? The total number of stitches I've completed today is 118. Yay! Round of applause for Yogi. Yes. We discussed about 20 different topics, and I still manage 118 stitches. It's tremendous. Okay? And just give me a little sec here. Right, so I'm going to stop the sprint here. And in terms of the percentage, currently I'm on 10.26. Okay, so not bad, and nice and slow. Thank you very much, Rachel. She says it looks really nice. And Rachel says, yes, we distracted you today. Yes, just like this every day. The reason I'm stitching slow is because I'm distracted by the chat, okay? So it's all your fault. It's chat's fault. Actually, I'm really super fast, really. And but of course, multitasking is always tricky. Okay, and Chelsea says 268 for me today during the stream. That's tremendous. Now Chelsea is just showing off now. All right, Chelsea, is that how it works? And yes, round of applause. So guys, so it's 4 minutes past midnight, And from the sleepy London town, Yogi signing out. You know what to do. Send me some love. 99 and Dolly. Okay, we haven't got a visit today from Dolly. She was actually lurking at the back there. And she's doing well. So, and we're going to come back tomorrow and for another spot of stitching. So from this point on, just in case you don't know, Mondays we're coming back at a regular time. Only Fridays we start a little bit later, okay, until subject to changes, of course. But at this point, this is what we're going to do. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll try to dig up that piece with the trees and show it to you tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow, and no idea what we're going to be talking about. Every day is a surprise. So 99 everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. 99.